The Bureau Boys is an improvised detective serial. Every Monday morning, the Bureau Boys solve crimes based on clues sent in by their informants.
That's you! Go to thebureauboys.com to submit your clues, informant. Thanks to Informant Rob for this week's clue for the case of the Batty Billionaire. Pail.
When we last left the Bureau Boys, Detective Riley had been trying to free Bill Murray the Talking Tiger from an explosive collar that Peter Albright had placed around his neck years ago that was strangling poor Bill Murray and also threatening to blow off his head.
Detective Riley and Detective Potter and the tiger all heard a click at the same time as Detective Riley twisted his
Paperclip.
Okay. All right, I think I've got it.
Why is it beeping so fast?
No. That's a good thing. Bill Murray, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's beeping down, right? It's a countdown to defusing.
I think you've screwed me. Detective Riley, it wasn't beeping at all before you did that, and now it's beeping rapidly.
Oh no, there's a surge. There's a line of electricity going through each of these little bombs, highlighting them in red, one after another.
But suddenly, the explosive collar frees itself from Bill Murray's neck. Bill Murray takes a gasp of the first full lungs of air he's taken since he was a little baby cub at the Albright mansion. Thank you.
Your voice is still screwed up?
Why, no. Thank you. Thank you, Detective Riley. Thank you, Detective Potter. And now, it is time for me to fulfill my end of the bargain, for you have saved me from servitude to the Albright estate. Also, by the way, I was a ghost, and that was the last piece of business I had to do. So, I leave you with this, Detective Riley and Detective Potter.
Bill Murray the Tiger starts fading quickly before he presents his final message.
Hurry, Bill Murray, just spit it out. Detective Riley and Detective Potter, Peter Albright's room and office is upstairs, and it's the third door. Bill Murray fades out of existence. The Bureau Boys barely catch what he had said about Peter Albright's office room.
The third door. Gah!
Third door could mean anything, Detective Riley. Third door on the right, third door on the left.
Third door on the left.
Third door
straight ahead.
The Bureau Boys climb the stairs to find the upstairs hallway, and they see, as is Peter Albright's fetish, a series of doors with doors on top of the doors. Detective Riley, they could also be up doors or down doors.
Hold on. There's doors lining the floor, lining the ceiling. There's doors within doors, and there's doors in the corners of doors.
And doors without doors, and without handles and knobs. The Bureau Boys spin about this Alice in Wonderland-like hallway, confused.
They keep spinning and spitting, grasping each other's hands, like children in the play yard, going around in circles.
From your perspective, dear listener, you know how, like in the movies, when they have the camera on the person and they're holding the other person out and they're spinning around and you just see everything going by blurred in the background? Just imagine that.
If we keep spinning, we'll land on the right door. I know it.
If we keep spinning, I'm going to get sick, Detective Riley.
And you'll puke on the door we need. We have to keep going.
Detective Riley and Detective Potter spin and spin and spin until finally Detective Potter vomits onto a door that happens to be 3 doors away from the staircase.
You're going to be okay, Detective Potter. I think this is it. Detective Riley, holding Detective Potter over his shoulder, opens the third door from the stairway, and they walk in.
Hey, it's Detective Potter and Detective Riley. What are you guys doing in my house?
Before Detective Riley and Detective Potter stands a paunchy man.
Narrator, I feel as though your cataract surgery has been unsuccessful. The boy, not man, admittedly a paunchy boy, standing before the Bureau boys is none other than Marbles Albright, the inciting incident of this entire case.
My God. You're right, as I adjust my bifocals.
What are you guys doing here? What are you doing in my house?
A lot. We're doing a lot.
Marbles, your tiger's gone.
What? Where did he go? Where's Bill Murray?
He was a ghost this whole time.
And he was being held here by his collar.
Marbles, before we can tell you anything else, we kind of burned through that first $5,000 check. If you could give us just another retainer. We haven't quite completed the wellness check, but we are hot on the case.
Okay, yeah, anything for you guys.
We'll probably need a little extra this time, because we're really deep into this case, and we've definitely needed more supplies than we could gather the first time. So if you could make it $13,000 this time.
10 plus 13, $23,000 ideally.
Yeah.
Whoa. I don't pay up front for materials. Time, sure, but not materials. I need receipts for everything.
Detective Riley had to use his trusty lock-picking paperclip to free Bill Murray from his, spiritual damnation?
Collar? But
Spit it out, Riley.
We'll
Hold on a minute. That sounds more like a side quest. That was not what I asked you to do. I didn't come here to tell you to free my ghost tiger from captivity.
You knew he was a ghost tiger.
Well, we talk. We're friends.
Just like Calvin and Hobbes, Detective Riley.
God, this kid is such a little shit. I tell you,
Hate him
Detective
so
Potter.
much.
I can hear you.
Right. So, we'll take that check whenever you're ready. But before that, Detective Potter and I, we need to get to it. And we're looking for your father. And honestly, you might be in danger.
Detective Riley, just real quick, you're a terrible business person. After the check is when we want to get to it, not before.
Oh.
Okay, never mind though.
God.
Yes, we need to find... Bill Murray was just about to tell us where your father's office room is. And he said the third door, but then he faded out of existence. Not unlike other ghosts that we've encountered along our foibles.
And this is the door we found. And your father's supposed to be here.
Sorry I puked on it.
No, my father is immediately across the hall from here. This is my bedroom.
Oh, Detective Riley, the restraining order says that we cannot be in this room.
There's no judges around. Give me 5 minutes with this kid. I'll get him to talk.
Detective Riley, no, he already talked. Get the check and let's go across the hall.
So Detective Riley snatches the checkbook out of Marbles' hands.
Detective Potter points out that Detective Riley needs him to write a check, for empty checks do nothing for the Bureau boys.
But Detective Riley thought, you got a blank check. You can do anything.
And after a 15-minute lecture from Detective Potter, Detective Riley finally forced Marbles to write a check to the Bureau boys, which he then deposited with his Chase app.
And it may or may not have been at gunpoint.
For Detective Potter was pointing a gun at Detective Riley to force him to learn to use the Chase app.
Okay, Detective Potter. Now let's do what we came here to do and make sure that Peter Albright's doing okay mentally.
Yeah, you'd think Marbles would have just been able to walk across his room, open the door, walk across the hallway, open the other door, and check on his dad and ask about his mother. But you know what? At $25,000, I'm not going to shy away from doing it for him.
Here, let me go get my dad for you.
Damn it, Detective Riley. I told you to close the door behind us and nail it shut.
I only had the bullets. I didn't bring the nails.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Marbles. If you wouldn't mind, Marbles knocks on the door across the hall from his bedroom. It swings open.
Where's the geese? Where's the geese? Where's the... Marbles, what are you doing here? Hey, Dad. Some detectives are here to see you. Go to your room. Go make friends with the tiger.
Detective Potter cries a little bit, as he knows that he's going to eventually have to break this news to Peter Albright.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Mr. Albright, my name is Detective Riley. This is my partner, Detective Potter. We're here to check on you.
Detective Riley, that was a perfect time to say we're locksmiths, and we're locksmiths. You know that naked gun?
Are you some sort of comedians, cosplayers? For one thing, you're trespassing on private property.
Have you seen us at the Blue Nightclub on Saturday nights?
And San Diego Comic-Con?
Yeah.
Of course, I've seen you at San Diego Comic-Con. I remember everyone I've seen ever in my life. It's one of the main reasons I've been so successful.
You have a photographic memory?
I do remember a very, very sexy Kool-Aid man from 2016.
Well, thank you.
Detective Potter, ring a bell?
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Albright. I'm actually a big fan of yours. If you notice, I'm wearing a pair of your pants. Don't mind
Detective
all the...
Potter, be careful. He's seducing you.
What? No.
Where are the geese?
Huh?
Where are the geese?
Why are you saying that?
Where's the geese?
Detective Potter realizes his pants are missing. Mr. Albright, listen, cosplay and comedy aside, you don't look well, seen as though you're wearing 14 different outfits, and it seems like you have at least 30 different shades of paint on your face.
Good math, Detective Riley.
You want to know how I got these scars?
Huh?
Do you want to know how I got these scars?
Detective Riley,
Is this a riddle?
No, it's not the Riddler, it's the Joker. Did you see The Dark Knight, Detective Riley? Oh no, you didn't. You're terrible at seeing movies. He's testing us, Detective Riley.
Is that with the one with the Nazi and he's all red?
No,
And,
Detective Riley, no. Listen, you can sit this one out. I think he's testing us. Yes, The Dark Knight.
Well, it's nice to meet you, boys.
Yes.
He said ice.
Shh.
Wait.
Detective Riley, I swear you can sit this out. I got this. Yes, Batman and Robin.
He's wavering. Did you get it right? Detective Potter.
I don't know, I'm terrified.
Do you think this is some sort of movie trivia? Is that what you think this is? Is that what you think my life is, that I've come to one walking Batman movie trivia?
No, of course not. No, Mr. Albright, you've done so much for the outdoor picnic pants community and just pants in general.
And you've been a great steward of many forest lands, and you've really helped rejuvenate the Winnebago movement.
And your wife said that she is lonely and missing you.
You found her?
Detective Riley, I think that means that she's still alive. Yes, we found her right where you'd left her.
Right where I left her. Is that what she told you?
Yes.
Why don't you give us your version of the story?
Gentlemen, take a seat.
The Bureau Boys sit and cross their legs on the floor, for they both fear furniture.
Apologies, I didn't mean in the hall here. I meant here, on the couch. Take a controller.
The Bureau Boys spring up from the floor, walk into the room, sit down on the couch, and take a controller?
And Peter Albright sits in between them, putting one hand on each of their knees.
He fires up his Xbox, and they engage in 8 hours of Halo multiplayer. Okay, I know we've been screwing around a whole lot on this whole case, frankly.
Headshot! Freaking headshot!
Okay, yeah. Great, you're great at this game. I know we've been dicking around a lot on this whole case, Mr. Albright, but we really need some answers here.
Your wife, where you left her.
Yes.
Go.
I have questions about the ghost tiger too, but let's stick to your wife for now.
No. Yeah, keep it focused.
My wife went missing 5 years ago, and I had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
And for you two to come here, gallivanting across my estate, breaking into my death room, and harassing my neighbors, to accuse me of having anything to do with her mysterious disappearance in Guatemala.
Guatemala?
I am outraged.
We're so sorry, Mr. Albright, but you have to admit, a missing person for 5 years is very unusual.
And if memory serves correct, because, well, we do have this binder full of documents and a couple of different bags with money. And if I remember correctly, a number of years ago, probably 5 by now, there was a great bank heist in Guatemala that was never solved.
That's right, Detective Riley. It wasn't solved because I don't want to make this like a racial thing, but Guatemalan detectives are just not as good as you and I.
Well, I for one, will not be harassed by some racist detectives in my own home.
Should we step outside?
And for you, I may not be a detective, but I am a businessman, and I can tell you this. What you're saying is bad for business. Why would I do that? Why would I have anything to do with a bank heist in Guatemala?
Because you needed the seed money to start the Ants in the Pants Company.
That's right, Detective Riley. If I recall correctly, the Articles of Organization for the Ants in the Pants Company was approximately 4 years, 11 months, and 29 days ago.
My God, Detective Potter.
I guess I could have just said the day after the Guatemalan bank heist.
No, specificity. So what do you have to say for yourself, Mr. Albright?
I have a riddle for you.
Batman and Robin.
What has 2 hands but no face?
Detective Riley, I got this. You can set this one out too. It's a clock. A clock.
No, it's you boys when I'm done with you.
Peter Albright stands up from the couch, spinning around to face the boys. He's looking more menacing and terrifying than before. His face, half of it smiling, the other half grimacing.
Vines start to grow from his spine and engulf the room. They wrap their thorny fibers around the Bureau Boys' necks and start to squeeze.
I hope you boys are more skilled at fighting than you are at detecting, because the penalty for anyone who offends me on my own estate is the Coliseum.
As Detective Riley gasps for air, his normally pale face starts to turn blue. Detective Potter grabs a nearby pail filled with water and throws it in Detective Riley's face to try and awaken him and try to keep him away from the dark abyss of unconsciousness.
Little did Detective Potter know at the time, but the water was not simply H2O and contained a secret ingredient that may be the key to escape.
Will the Bureau Boys escape their latest predicament?
Will they ever get the answers they came for from Peter Albright about his wife, about the boy, the prophecy, you know, the things that are still uncovered, haven't been figured out yet?
Why do Detective Potter and Detective Riley hate Marbles so much?
Could it be his shitty personality? Perhaps the way he carries himself in a room.
Find out the answers to these questions and many more next time on The Case of the Batty Billionaire. If you enjoyed this episode, help the Bureau Boys solve this case by submitting your clue at thebureauboys.com. They may use it on a future episode.
While you're there, why not join their Informant network and tell all your friends and family to join too? But don't tell the criminals, because the Bureau Boys are coming for them.